It's very hard to read. If one were to consider what China did, it came as a big surprise to us. We felt that they would want to see more evidence as to what was happening to their economy before beginning to ease money rates. There are a series of levers that they, as the central bank and indeed the commercial banks, can pull. But at the moment, commercial banks don't really want to lend. They certainly don't want to have to cut deposit rates. And therefore, I suspect that the benefits for China's economy and the broader world are going to be quite limited. I would expect that the US economy will expand by about 3 percentage points in 2015, so a considerable step up from the progress we saw in 2014. That said, there are some clear headwinds in sight. There is a real risk that if wages accelerate, the Federal Reserve will move early to raise money rates. That could act as a significant dampener on both sentiment and economic activity levels. I worry about the outlook for US equities. I anticipate that the S&P 500 index could rise to 2,200 points by the middle of next year, but then slip back, perhaps finishing the year at no higher than 2,100 points. My issues are that we have two headwinds for the US equity market likely in 2015. The first is the raising of money rates by the Federal Reserve, and the second is the concern that US corporates may see margins beginning to peak, and as soon as companies report that their margins are beginning to contract, I would expect the equity market to become quite nervous. I think the European Central Bank is very keen to adopt quantitative easing, and I would not be at all surprised if we did not get material news next week. That said, easing by the ECB can only be part of a package of measures required to stimulate the Eurozone economy. We have to have more government spending. We have to have a return to the 2010 let's spend now and worry later. On top of that, we have to see structural reform. There needs to be a real move to reduce red tape, to get companies to invest, to encourage consumers to be more confident.